Okay, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Saturday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Parish Construction and Roofing. Need an orthopedist? You go to Brock. Need a roof? You call Parish, of course. Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com, semaglutide, tirzepatide, the once a week injections for weight loss. Literally, everybody knows someone who has taken the weight loss injections. And if you're interested in learning more, uniquephysique.com, uniquephysique.com. Again, one of the really cool things that I like about Unique Physique is you can do the whole thing telemed. You don't have to go in and meet the doctor or anything like that. You can do the whole thing with the doctor over the phone, do a telemed visit, get it. By the way, Unique Physique does, so even if you're outside of Louisiana or outside of Baton Rouge, they'll ship your medicine anywhere in the country. So no matter where you're watching us, if you're interested, check out uniquephysique.com. All the info for our sponsors scrolling there at the bottom. We love telling you about Crystal Poche, Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. Got pain, go see Crystal. All right. We'll say some good morning, y'all. LSU is back on the practice field Friday for day 2. Only about 15 minutes of media availability for the practice, mostly special teams. Get into some of my takeaways there. They do practice today, but no media availability today, Saturday for day 3. And then they're off Sunday. So Brian Kelly gives the guys the day off Sunday, and then they're back at it Monday. And media gets full availability on Monday. So, and then also next week, we get to talk to the coordinators. So we'll get to talk to Sloan and Blake Baker. We'll have some player interviews. Brian Kelly will meet with reporters again. So we're kind of in the throes of it, man, where there's something every day now. And that's pretty cool. So let's see. We'll say some good mornings here. I guess big takeaway of the 15 minutes the media got on Friday, it was mostly special teams work, the coverage units, punting, punt return, punt block, all that sort of stuff. We'll keep an eye on Peyton Todd and Blake Oxendorf, the transfer punter from Louisiana Tech, who I think probably has the inside track to win this job. I mean, he's been a punter. He was all conference at Louisiana Tech last year. I think Oxendorf probably wins the job. Peyton Todd has just been inconsistent throughout his time. The book on Peyton Todd is really big leg. He can boom it, but the consistency and then the accuracy piece. So you stand him on the goal line, say, kick it as far as you can. Like, he's got a great leg. He'll boom it. But then if you put him at the 45 and say, pin him inside the 10, that's a little more challenging, right? And you need that. You need that weapon. So you need that club in your bag, so to speak. So we'll see how that goes. And then Xavier Thomas, Aaron Anderson, Kyle Parker, Jelani Watkins were the 4 returning punts. So Xavier Thomas, people forget Xavier Thomas, who's out of New Orleans, spent the first 2 years in Mississippi State. He was freshman All-America as a punt returner 2 years ago. So that's a guy that you're not saying, oh, he's a great athlete, he should be able to do it. That's a guy who has done it at this level, in the SEC. So I would think Xavier Thomas is going to be the guy there. But we'll see how it all shakes out. All right, y'all, smash the like button on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post, all that good stuff. And we'll say some good mornings here. So fire away. You know the drill. Ask anything about anything. Glad to have y'all here on this Saturday. Landon Weber, morning. About to go play 18. J.S. Clark. Keep up the amazing work. Huge fan. Going to come out to a post game this year at Don Juan's. Looking forward to it. Landon J.S. Clark's one of our sponsors, of course. Web Golf has been our on-demand sponsor on AFR forever. So Santa Maria, Beaver Creek, Web, J.S. Clark. Great people, man. And there's really is something for everybody at Brett Courses. So y'all get out and play some golf, play the Brett Courses. Make defense great again. Good morning. Good morning. There's the Parish link. Weston Weaver, Brian Wynn, Eddie O. What's going on, man? Good morning. Brennan Huff, A. Xander, update on Caleb Jackson, running with the 2. So when we got to watch the first practice on Thursday, Josh Williams was running with the 1s, and then it was Emery who was backing him up. And then when the 2s went in, it was Caleb Jackson and Caden Durham. So and again, when they don't have pads on, And when they were doing 7-on-7s, remember, there's no defensive line there. There's no offensive and defensive lines. So they're not running the ball in 7-on-7s. So all we really saw them do was pass protect and then empty out of the backfield to catch a pass, right? So but Brian Kelly was pretty adamant. They know what Josh Williams can do, and they're just trying to get him to Saturdays. John Emery, they're really trying to stress him to make sure he's comfortable on his knee. Then the other reps will go to the young guys. We'll see how they come along. Murder Giraffe, good morning. Tiger Diver, morning. Scone from Scuba Ranch. About to go die with a bunch of ags and shorthorns. Okay. Enjoy, man. Brad David, good morning. Let's see. Tommy Poole, you ready to join the Jay Watkins fan club yet? We just haven't seen anything of it, man. I think here's my point. Like, you can be really excited about the promise and the future and the potential. Absolutely. Where are the reps going to come this year? That's my point about Shelton Sampson last year. It's a 5-star, comes in, but look at what happened. You had Neighbors and Thomas. I mean, Kyron Lacey was your 3, man. Aaron Anderson was a former 5-star who came in and barely saw the field. Like, you just got to wait your turn. So I think Jelani Watkins can be great. I mean, he's got great high-end speed. But I'll tell you, Kylan Billiott's the one on Thursday that caught the deep touchdown. I mean, he's the one that burned P.J. Woodland right down the seam and scored a touchdown. So I think Jelani Watkins can be great, sure. I just don't know where the reps are going to come from this year. Aaron Hornsby, good morning, Go Tigers. Trivia Carter. Trivia, I tweeted the link just for you, understanding that in tweeting the link, a lot of Bama fans are going to see that and maybe come flood Morning Scone here and pollute our waters. But I did it for you, Trivia. Austin, good morning. Exciting day at the Olympics. Grant Fisher's comeback to win bronze. 10K was epic. Sha'Carri Richardson looked great. Her first race, hopefully win gold today. That'd be awesome. We need some more golds. And Austin, hope all's well with your family. Hope your wife's doing better. Don't want to be overly personal, but if you want to give an update, please feel free. Tony, good morning, Heathens. What are your thoughts on Weeks still being second team? From what we saw last season, he seemed to be a better linebacker than Penn. Well, Greg Penn is a senior. He's a fourth-year guy. He's big and physical and has played a ton. What we don't know as fans is, okay, what was the defense called, Tony? And while Whitweek's undeniably flashed and made plays, what about when he didn't? What if he missed responsibilities? I don't know. I'm not saying he did, but we don't know. I think you're going to see a pretty healthy rotation with all 4 guys, and especially because they're going to move Harold Perkins around. Like, I don't think Harold just plants his behind right in the middle of the defense every single play. And so when you do that, like another linebacker comes on the field, yeah, I mean, I think you're going to see Whitweeks and Westweeks play a lot. Peter, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Anything on kickoff returns? Not that I saw on Thursday, but keep in mind the specialists were on a different field and were blocked by the giant air-conditioned tent as well. So hard to see. But I'll tell you more as we know. Hey, Mark, good morning. Trade Brandon Ingram for Kessler. Let's see, trivia. Is it the stadium chairs you would not talk about on AFR? No. No, I guess I've talked about those before. And I don't know that we necessarily stole I guess technically we did. But they were being thrown away. So this was 20 years ago, literally like 2005. I got like a row of 4 chairs from Tiger Stadium. When they were changing out the chair backs, they were just like, the old ones were just stacked by a gate. And we drove by my car. I was like, oh my God, I think they're throwing that away. Just grabbed a row of 4 of them, threw them in the back of my car, and we rolled. And then we built a big monstrosity out of it. Like we built this huge wooden platform that I mean was probably 4 feet off the ground. The base was 4 feet off the ground, maybe 3 feet off the ground, with a big back to it, painted it purple and gold. We bolted the chairs to it, and then we hung a funnel rack above the top. Um, Hang on, I might be able to show you a picture if this loads. Might not. Let's see. All right, this is just thinking. Okay, whatever. If that ever loads and I can find it, I'll let you know. I'll see if I can show you all a picture of it. But no, that's not what I was talking about. Trivia. We were talking yesterday on AFR. Somebody bought Kobe Bryant's locker for like $2.9 million. His locker from Staples Center. Um, and so we're talking like, what would you like? What's the craziest piece of sports memorabilia you own or something like that? And the thing that I own, I've never said on air and will never say on air. Some people know it, but it's something I'm not supposed to have that I have. Mark, what do LSU fans do in early August when no football on TV Saturdays? I don't know. We're going to New Orleans today. Erica's birthday, as y'all know, was this week, was on Tuesday, and so Eric and I and our friends Keith and Denane are going to go down to New Orleans and have a night. So we did that last year. Danane's birthday's next week, so that's Erica's really good friend. I mean, we're really good friends. I shouldn't just say Erica's really good friend. It's they're a couple friend of ours. And so, but the girls, their birthdays are close to each other, so we're going to go do a night in New Orleans, go to dinner. We're going to go to Commanders and stay at the Roosevelt and probably do piano bar and some other stuff like that and have a night. So looking forward to it. So we'll be coming to you tomorrow from New Orleans. Wendell Norman, good morning. Eric Wilderrider, since Will Campbell would have been a higher draft prospect than Fuanga last year, and since Penning might be the worst pick of the decade, are LSU tackles better than the Saints? Eric, that's a really good question, man. And I would probably say yes. I think both Campbell and Jones will be first rounders, provided they stay healthy and all that stuff. That's the caveat. They're both going to be first rounders. Campbell will be the highest pick of the four. Yeah. Yeah, I think so, actually. Matthew Thomas, morning from Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania. Heard the big news yesterday about the show. Congratulations. Looking forward to more great coverage. Go Tigers. Who dat? You got it, man. So, talking about, if you're not familiar what he's talking about, we announced louisianasports.net. So it is something I've been working on since October of last year. And it has been a long journey getting to this point. But we're going, if you go to louisianasports.net right now, it's just a holding page, a landing page. The site isn't ready for go live yet, but we're very close. We're kind of through punch list items, and this coming week we're going to be training our staff on the back end of the site and how to publish and everything. And then my hope is the following week we'll be go live. So really excited. It's going to be a totally free site, no paywalls, and we're going to put up our goal is to do what we did with radio, is put up, just give you really quality content that you're going to want to read and share, not clickbait articles with splashy headlines to make you click in that. We're just going to try to do really good content and hope people respond to it. So louisianasports.net. So Hunt Palmer will be anchoring our LSU coverage. We hired Ross Jackson, who will be handling our Saints coverage. Chris Marler, who helped build Saturday Down South, will be with we'll be handling our SEC coverage and our also our social media manager. So we're really excited, man. We got a great team and a lot of other contributing writers as well. So be on the lookout. Coming soon. Brian Turner, let's see. Shout out to Dot Thomas, West Bank legend, modern Skylar Green. Yeah, man, I think he's going to be the punt returner and probably the kick returner as well. Where he factors in among the receivers, I think is a little more complicated just because they're so deep there. But as a returner, he should be. Rusty. Oh, I killed a roach last night. Well, that's up to you, Erica. No, it didn't need to be cleaned. No, I just popped him. Rusty Abear, you got it, trivia. Bubba, good morning. Landon, maybe I missed something. How has Greg Brooks been doing? I know a lot of people have asked, and I'll just consistently say that I'll let the family make any type of update when they want to make an update. Last time someone asked several months ago, I did snoop around. I shouldn't say snoop around. I did ask around, and it seems like Greg still has a very long road to go. And I think there's some other complicating factors involved in the entire thing. I remember he was playing while he was still complaining about headaches and vomiting and nausea and all that sort of stuff. And anyway, suffice to say, when Brooks's family wants to say something publicly, they will, and we'll be happy to share it. Seth, how much playing time do you think Shelton Sampson will get? Well, if he has a camp like he did day one, then a lot. Because when they were out there running 11 on 11s, he came down with 2 50-50 balls on the sideline that were contested catches that were really impressive. Probably the two best catches of the day. On consecutive plays, too. But consistency has got to be there. Kyron Lacey, Chris Hilton, CJ Daniels, those are going to be your first three guys. I'd be really surprised if it went any other way. I think, looking at who's next, is it Sampson? Is it Anderson? Is it Xavier Thomas? One of the freshmen. I think that's maybe the next question. Joel, is Trey'Dez Green a tight end or a wide receiver? Some analysts thought he was more a jumbo wide receiver coming out of high school. Yeah, I don't know that you're going to see Xavier Thomas hand in the dirt blocking. But that flex tight end thing, Jimmy Graham, he is a pass catching tight end for sure. Same as Kamorian Pimpton. Hunter, good morning. Razor, do you think Caleb Jackson will be the number one back this year? Razor, before, like, all throughout talking season, my contention over and over again about Caleb Jackson was give him 200 carries this year. He's a 1,000-yard rusher, and I think he's the name that SEC fans don't know today that they will know at the end of the year. Judging by what we saw, at least at the start of camp, it sure looks like they're going to ride Josh Williams. Now, I think you get to a point where if Caleb Jackson keeps splashing the way he did last year, it's going to be hard to justify keeping him off the field. Hey, Devin, good morning. Austin, thanks for asking. Emily spent 5 days in the hospital. Was sent home Wednesday. Okay, great. Recovering slowly but surely now. She's looking forward to the game and whiskey and wine. Awesome, man. We're looking forward to seeing y'all out there, man. It's going to be a great time in Vegas. We're less than a month away from that. I think we fly out on the 29th. Is that right? Thursday, the 29th? Is that right? Yeah, fly out Thursday, the 29th. So let's see. We're 26 days away. 26 days from flying. Crazy. Less than 4 weeks. Unreal. Brett, more Matt. What's Hilton speed looking like at camp? Excited to see what the dude can do this year with Nuss's arm. Yeah. Chris Hilton's fast. Chris Hilton, I don't know. Hang on. I don't know that he caught a ball in 7-on-7 on Thursday. Hang on. Yeah, no, he didn't have a target either in 7-on-7s, which I think goes to show you just how difficult it's going to be to make hay in this offense. Hall of Fame speeches on deck. Yeah. Football skill. What up, Dylan? Good morning. Bradley, good morning. Ryan, morning, Matt. Can you explain the Alec Box renovations more? Is it bullpens moving and premium seats being added, or is there more? That's it for now. Adding premium seating, and they're moving the bullpens under the bleachers in the outfield. Because I know initially the thought was they were only moving the home bullpen down the first baseline. But if you look at the renderings, let's see. Here it is. I like being able to do this stuff now. All right, hang on. Here we go. So, where is that? Can we see it? Oh, maybe it has to be an overlay. Hang on. Let me try it like this. There you go. So this is the rendering, and that's left field. There's no bullpen there, and I don't. Are you really going to put a bullpen right here in front of these premium seats? I find that hard to believe. So maybe again, like it didn't specifically state it as far as I noticed in the press release. Left field loge will be constructed along the left field and right field foul lines, adding 52 seats in left and 106 seats in right. Seating will be configured into 36 four-person loges and 14 individual seats. Additional seating will not affect sight lines of existing first rows along each foul line. Protective netting, mesh swivel seats installed, in-service assistant, food and beverage, bullpen will be moved to the Okay, there is. The visitor bullpen will remain in left field foul territory, but will be reconfigured with the new premium field level seating and fitted with new protective netting. The visitor bullpen will feature 2 pitching lanes for opposing teams. There you go. Okay, so it is there. Okay. Let's see. Please smash that like button. Where are we? Okay. Matt Lusto, good morning from Midland, Texas. Rocky, I once took a handful of grass from South Lawn at the White House. It didn't have a lot of staying power, though. Chance Babin, just curious, do you ever kind of hate some of the spot reads you have to do, like the script? You'd have to be more specific, Chance. So, like, I'll tell you flatly, like, are you talking about AFR here, Locked On? On AFR and here, the sponsors that I have, like, I choose. And I know a lot of people probably might be confused on this or don't believe this, but I walk business almost every day. People that come and want me to endorse them or whatever the case may be. I'm at a point on AFR where the show's been around a long time. It's established. It's sold at a premium, and I don't have to take every endorsement deal that comes. So I don't. So I'm very selective about who I choose to endorse. On Locked On, those are channel wide or network wide objectives. So, like, for example, FanDuel, right? FanDuel goes to Locked On and says, we want to buy the entire network. So every host in the entire Locked On network does the same read for FanDuel. And I'm perfectly fine with that. That's just how it goes. And I just got to trust that, I'm not going to be put in a bad spot. And if I am, I'll say it because my endorsement does matter. But I think sometimes there is confusion over what's an endorsement, what's a read, different stuff like that. So. Thavanka De Silva, good morning. Rocky, congrats on LouisianaSports.net. Excited to see what it's all about. It looks great, man. We're excited to tell you more. Zay, number 40 weeks, is going to end up starting. That's Witt. And I love his ceiling. I just don't know. Whose spot's he going to take? Yeah, I think Greg Penn with Blake Baker. Everyone keeps talking about Harold Perkins having a season like Damone Clark did. I think Greg Penn is more likely to do that. I mean, he's your bigger, physical, more prototypical off-ball linebacker. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. David Tolson, Brad, is the new site going to be similar to Gridiron Now? I used to love reading your articles. Thank you, man. This is very kind, Brad. Thank you. So I would say with Gridiron Now, one of the problems, and a lot of people probably don't remember that, but that was around 2015, 16. There was a site that lasted about a year as Gridiron Now, had some investments. And I think the problem Gridiron Now had, and it was a free site, but they leaned way too heavy into clickbait. And ultimately, that doesn't have staying power. I wasn't interested in clickbait. So the things I wrote for Gridiron Now, I think were a little more substantive. And I've always enjoyed writing. I mean, my degree is in print journalism, so I do enjoy writing, and I will be a contributing writer at LouisianaSports.net, but I'm not going to be a primary contributor on it. Anyway, but thank you for the kind words. Jeremy, good morning, Matt. Happy Saturday. Curious to know what game of the season are you pointing to that would be a pivotal moment for the Tigers? Ole Miss. I think you look at the Ole Miss game. If LSU gets there 5-0, Ole Miss should be 5-0 then. If not, something has gone very terribly wrong for them. But LSU will be coming off a bye, and Ole Miss will be playing the second of back-to-back road conference games. Ole Miss goes at South Carolina, at LSU. LSU is open date, Ole Miss at home. So that's the one. If LSU goes into that game 5-0 and they win it to get to 6-0, I think LSU will be a playoff team because I think the worst case scenario over the final 6 games is 4-2. If that's the case and you have a win over Ole Miss, you'd have a head-to-head in the event that you're both 10-2. And I think you're 10-2 and you're a playoff team. So that's the one. That's the one that I would look at. Craig, 4 years ago, got the word smart days. Watford were returning. I miss my general. Poor Craig. Is AJ Swan getting legitimate reps? Yeah. He and Ricky Collins are rotating with the twos. So just for example, in 7-on-7s, the first 7-on-7, so Nussmeyer went, and then it was Swan, then Collins, then Colin Hurley. In the second 7-on-7, it was Nuss, Collins, Nuss, Swan, Hurley. So they're interchanging. And AJ Swan's lost about 17 pounds. At least that's how he's listed on the roster. He's notably thinner. Like he's lost weight. Good weight, if that makes sense. Hey, Shannon, good morning. Abner, good morning, Matt. My wife and I were drinking Evermore in the car. Went into a restaurant, ordered water. Couldn't believe how nasty the water was they served. Big difference. Love Evermore. Thank you, Abner. Very kind of you, man. Telling you, it forever and ever, I've always assumed water is water. It ain't. Try Evermore. You'll love it. Thank you, Abner. Tony Thomas, good morning. From Spring, Texas. Okay. Kelly Gross, good morning. Ant Court, good morning. How are the DBs progressing to camp? Is there a reason not to be uncomfortable as a fan with our current DB situation? So again, it's worth mentioning, and we saw one day without pads. So I'm not trying to overreact to one day not in pads. They'll be in full pads Wednesday, by the way. But my biggest takeaway from practice on Thursday was that the DBs actually won reps. The defense won reps. In the 7-on-7s, the defense came away with 4 interceptions. Hurley threw 2, Collins threw 1, and Nussmeier threw 1. Nussmeier was throwing a ball deep left in double coverage looking for Mason Taylor, and Ashton Stamps picked him off. Bernard Causey dropped an interception. And that Ricky Collins threw that one. So, J.K. Johnson made a beautiful play, kind of pinning Kyle Parker on the sideline and forcing an incompletion. I mean, they made plays. Offense made plays too, made no mistake. They weren't perfect, but the defense made plays, which they didn't do last year, ever. So, but it was just day one. Cody, highly recommend New Orleans Food and Spirits. Ate there yesterday on the way to Venice. Okay. Is Anderson impressing? Zay, again, we saw one day, man. Friday was 15 minutes of viewing and it was all special teams. So, on the first day, no. The standouts offensively on the first day were Trey'Dez Green, Kyron Lacey, CJ Daniels, Kylan Billiot caught a deep touchdown. But again, one day. Tate Granger, good morning. Did you see Olave's comments on the offense on NFL Network? What are the odds Carr gets benched for Rattler? I saw, if you're talking about Olave praising Spencer Rattler, I did see that. But I kind of thought, it's just a young guy praising a young guy for doing well in his camp. What are the chances Carr gets benched? None. I mean, Dennis Allen's trying to save his job this year. Saving his job doesn't mean playing for the future. It means trying to win games this year. Well, who gives you the best chance to win games this year? Well, it's not the rookie playing for the first time. Rookies, C.J. Stroud is a gigantic outlier. That's why we talk about him, because rookie quarterbacks don't typically go win games. So, no, I don't think Rattler wins the job this year. I think the bigger question is, when you look forward after this season, the complicating factor is Derek Carr's contract, because when you extended him or whenever you restructured his deal, you financially bound yourself to Derek Carr for 2 more years, this year and next. So how do you get around that? Hey, Cliff, good morning. Hope your day's going great. Tony Thomas, realistic win total for the Tigers this season based on their schedule. Can they win 10 games? Yeah, Tony. Vegas has them over under 9.5. So you'd be thinking 10-2, 9-3. I think there's too many landmines on that schedule to think that they're going to go 12-0. And plus you have too many questions about your defense, replacing on offense. If this team can get to 10-2 and it's the right 10-2, I think they can make the playoff. I think that's their ceiling, but I think it's got to be the right 10-2. You can't drop a game against Arkansas or South Carolina. You can't drop one of those conference games against a lesser team. If you end up losing to Ole Miss and Bama, hypothetically, and you go 10-2, is there a way, if schedule tiebreakers, whatever, fall your way, that maybe you can get there? Sure. Ryan, morning, Matt. Looks like there's been a lot of number changes. Yes, that was very challenging the first day and continues to be. Chris Hilton's wearing 3. Greg Penn's wearing 3. CJ Daniels, when he came in, took number 4. So when John Emery came back, number 4 was taken. So John Emery's wearing 22. Yeah, there's a lot of changes. Ashton Stamps is wearing 1. A Paris Shand is wearing 0. Yes, a lot of number changes. Drew Valentine, what shows are y'all doing at the MGM Sportsbook? Looking forward to the long weekend with my dad. Cheers. Awesome, Drew. Yeah, so our entire lineup Friday, OTB, Hunt Palmer, AFR will all be at MGM Sportsbook inside Mandalay Bay. Ott and Handy are doing their show at Circa. Then Eagle Game Day, pregame and postgame and Whiskey and Wine, all at Mandalay Bay as well. Devin, SummerSlam tonight. Okay. Nature Boy, what up, Trivia? Okay, what up, B-Rock? Greatest four horsemen, Monk. Okay. 7 players in the Hall from the 85 Bears. Cliff, ask E-Rock, did you send Trivia's birthday party favors? He did, or she did, Cliff. Trivia, I think that was last Sunday we were doing Ask E-Rock, and or one day last week, and Trivia popped on and said to thank E-Rock for his party favors. Okay, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you would. Facebook, like the page, share the post. As always, shout out to Brock and Parrish. If you need North Peach, go to Brock. Need a roof, call us at Parrish. Got the Parrish link pinned in the chat. And remember, Unique Physique, semaglutide, tirzepatide, the once-a-week injection for weight loss, Unique Physique, and you can do the thing via telemed. And I just actually learned this yesterday talking to them. They will ship all over the country. So even if you're outside of Baton Rouge or outside of Louisiana, you could still do the Unique Physique telemed option where you call, they'll see if you qualify, and then they'll ship the medicine to your home wherever you are. So even if you're outside of Baton Rouge, outside of Louisiana, Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com. And it's 50% off. Last month, I told y'all they got different specials every month. Last month was buy your first month, get your second month free. That special expired. The new August special it's a new patients 50% off. So you get 50% off your first month for semaglutide and tirzepatide. Okay. Oh, I should say or semaglutide or tirzepatide. Man, I am far behind on comments. My apologies. Jackson is the Eddie Lacy this year, if anyone remembers him. Yeah, Eddie Lacy was a great running back. For Locked On? Yeah, no, I think Chance Locked On has done a great job with their partners and their network-wide endorsements, and it's just part of what you got to do. And like I told you about Factor, like I ordered the Factor meals. It was interesting because, and I'm going to do this next week when Factor rolls back on, because I was looking at my YouTube comments on Locked On, and someone was like, man, y'all know he didn't really order Factor meals. So I replied to that guy. I was like, send me your email address. I'll send you my receipt. And actually what I'm going to do on my live read for that next week is I'm going to pull up my receipt and show everybody, yes, I bought those meals before we ever did the Factor read. So, and Erica can validate it. She's the one who told me about it. See? HD Williams, what's going on? Devin. Maybe. Caleb Jackson like Allie Broussard? Maybe. Let's see. Week 6, Penn spot on third down. Jeez. Trivia. Who's the young lady on AFR? She looks familiar. So that's our intern, Kibi Huggins. So she is what year is she? She's at Southeastern. She's a volleyball player at Southeastern. In MassCom, and was looking for a summer internship. So OTB has an intern, AFR has an intern, and but semester starts in like a week or so. But she's done really well. She's gonna do really well. Dakota Fleming Fishing, good morning. Brian Ashcraft, BJ Ojolori tore his ACL. Did he really? One of the I don't see it. Might be on Twitter, but man, that really stinks. One of them, because he ended up just not playing on a great team. I think Ojolari is one of the more underappreciated defensive players of this era, I think. Eric, I'm doing a show. What are you talking about? Why can't you go in there? You're not dressed? Excuse me, y'all. Ryan said, I'm a little concerned. We keep moving Sage Ryan around. Okay, Eric, I'll get it for you. Here you go. Here you go, Erica. I'm not stupid. Come on, Erica. No. This actually isn't even in the shot.
I knew you would do that. Okay, come on. I gotta prove those. And finish it right. Come on. I have to prove those.
What do you think? What do you think?
I'm not stupid. I know what you're doing. Oh my God. Thank you.
No, you're not in it. Oh man. Ryan, I wouldn't be concerned about moving Sage. Here's why. Best case scenario, your corners play well and Sage can play his natural position of safety, which he did all spring. If your corners don't play well and you need him at corner, well, you keep cross training him so he can play there if you need him. I think it's a good insurance policy to have him do both. I think the bigger question would be if Sage ends up playing corner, how confident are we that Jordan Allen is ready to be a starter at safety opposite Jordan Gilbert? That would be my bigger question. Make defense great again, Matt. Did you watch much of the Hall of Fame game? Ali Gay played and flashed. Micah Baskerville played, did not do well as far as I could tell. I didn't. We had our LouisianaSports.net party on Thursday night after AFR, and I was on location, so I missed the Hall of Fame game. And of course, by the time I got home, they were in the rain delay, and then it got cut short. So unfortunately. Craig, to think back to late 2018, you got me into whiskey. Oh, really? And today we are releasing my 4th barrel pick. All right, Craig. Look at that, man. Craig, I didn't know I got you into whiskey. That's great, man. What's your barrel pick, by the way? Let me know. Razor, how do you view Mickey Loomis as a GM? I think he is complacent and stubborn. I think he knows there's really no shot of him getting fired. And as a result, he's a man who's acting in complacency, who has no real fear of consequence for doing a poor job. And I think that's a terrible place to be. I don't think anyone should go to work in fear, but there should be a healthy respect for the job you're doing. I don't think he's doing that. I think he's been wildly irresponsible financially, as we all say, and look at what's happened to the organization. It's very obvious to see. Tim, good morning. Trey Fish 94, good morning. Oh, is that Fish? Must? Well, it's YouTube. That's why. Trey Fish 94.
Hey, Fish.
Hey, Fish. What?
He's going to be there first day school. I'm so excited to see him. I want to tackle him.
You're going to tackle him?
I'm so tired.
Okay. Chad Dupuy. Thanks for the great content, Matt. Look forward to your honest take on the team, especially this time of year. Thank you, Chad. Appreciate you watching, man. Merrick, good morning from LA, where it's a wonderful 67 degrees this morning. I am jealous. Rocky, why are our multiple players wearing duplicate numbers? Do we have more players than available numbers? No, you can have duplicate numbers as long as one's offense, one's defense. So, for example, Xavier Thomas, receiver, wearing 0. Parashan, defensive end, wearing 0. Ashton Stamps, cornerback, wearing 1. There's an offensive player wearing 1 too, I think. Aaron Anderson. Aaron Anderson's wearing 1. Chris Hilton's wearing 3. Greg Penn's wearing 3. Harold Perkins is wearing 4. CJ Daniels is wearing 4. Jordan Allen's wearing 6. Shelton Sampson's wearing 6. Ricky Collins is wearing 10. Deshaun Spears is wearing 10. J.K. Johnson's wearing 12. Kyle Parker's wearing 12. Garrett Nussmeier, Braden Swinson, both wearing 13. Zay Alexander, Trey Green, both wearing 14. Sage Ryan, AJ Swan, both wearing 15. I mean, you have 2 16s, 17s, 19s, 21s, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Jeez, I'm 31, 32, 33, 34, 30, 34. Now you start to 46, 50. Oh, Brian Kelly's son's on the team now, Kenzel Kelly. So Emory Jones is 50 and Kenzel Kelly's 50. I don't know if anybody's talked about that, but I guess BK's son is now walking on as a grad student from Grand Valley State. Yay, nepotism. 252s. Anyway, you get the point. I think there's two. Oh, you know what? There's 299s. It's Gio Paez and then the punter, Oxendorf. Yeah, the punter's wearing 99. Gio Paez and then the punter, Oxendorf, are wearing 99. Trivia, don't worry, Cliff. It wasn't lemon cookies. You got that over my head. Y'all crazy. You know what, Gulf South, Richard? And I said that out loud, and now I need to correct myself because Hunt's not going. Hunt's not going. The plan was for him to go, and he was going to travel with the LSU Sports Radio Network. And he told me this week that fell through. So Hunt is actually not going to Las Vegas. So, like, it's funny. You're amazed when you're like, what? You know, actually, he's not. Now that I remember, we did have that conversation this week. Hunt is not going to be in Vegas. So it'll be OTB and AFR from Mandalay Bay. Jimmy and Charlie will do their show from Circa. And then Eagle Game Day and Whiskey and Wine. Oh, no way, Trey. Well, she lives in Zachary. Obviously, that makes sense. I don't know, man. Fish, I feel like you know everybody in Zachary, man. Well, tell her we know each other. So Kibi, who's interning with us this summer, that's Fish's cousin, he said. I know, that's what I said. Well, she lives in Zachary, too. So.
Same street. His whole family lives on the same.
Oh, that's cool. Jeremy Nuslock, good morning. Bobby Boucher's lawnmower. Good morning from LA, Lower Alabama, where it's a smooth 96 degrees. Hey, man, just get to the beach. Matt, Ole Miss has a very good team. I think if they get hit with some untimely injuries, their lack of depth could totally derail their season. What do you think? I think that's true for anybody. But it's also impossible to predict injuries. I mean, I don't even want to speak the words, but like what happens if LSU has injuries on the offensive line? I mean, your backups, like your twos right now, are two true freshmen, two redshirt freshmen, and then Bo Bordelon, who's a redshirt sophomore. None of them have played at all. I mean, I guess it's true for anybody. Cliff, good morning, E-Rock. She gone. Antron, she's messing with Drew in there right now. Antron, good morning. Yes, they do practice today, but no media availability today. So they practice today, but no media availability. They're off Sunday, and then Monday they're back to a full practice with full media availability. Let's see. How did OTB get an intern still in high school? No way her parents ever watched a second of T-Bob prior to signing off on her internship. So full disclosure, I haven't met OTB's intern. That was, I think, through Gordy. I think maybe it was a family friend whose daughter was interested in learning more about media. And so Bailey is her name. But I've not met her, and that was done. I believe that was Gordy who facilitated that. But I do get the joke. But seriously. Bradley and Matt, wonder if BK stands around practice and thinks about the players he has now compared to Notre Dame. He has to be licking his chops. Yeah, he made a comment. He made a comment specifically when asked about after he hired Corey Raymond. Maybe it was around the spring. He made a comment about like the type of athlete that they were getting in recruiting, like just on campus. And it said something like, we don't have any guys that look like that around here right now. And I think the 26 class in Louisiana just kind of is further going to underscore that. Okay, Craig. Crittenden, a cut above, distilled and aged in Mississippi. Really good stuff. I don't think I've ever had it. Sweet, Matt. Want to say thank you for everything you do. Thank you. Do not know if I would still follow the Saints if it were not for you and Ross with Locked On Saints. Props and respect. Thank you, Sweetie. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate you for being there. Brian Wynn, ask E-Rock. Oh, I know the answer to this one in a heartbeat. Rufino's or Roots Chris? Heartbeat. She is not a fan of Roots Chris. Rex, good morning. Getting booted from the Vegas trip is the most Hunt thing ever. Big Crisdom, where's Whiskey and Wine going to be? We're going to be at Mandalay Bay. So our shows will be at the MGM Sportsbook inside of Mandalay Bay. And hold on. Hunt gets treated terribly. No, he doesn't. Hunt was going to travel. So first of all, in radio specifically, your drive time day parts are the two biggest day parts. So morning and afternoon drive are the two biggest day parts. Okay, that's a fact. Ott and Hanny are paying their own way to go. Jimmy's doing his own deal at Circa, whatever. So for guarantee for 104.5, we are sending AFR OTB. All right. Hunt was going to go with the LSU Sports Radio Network. The LSU Sports Radio Network is the one who has nixed that. And they're going to, because of the long story short is they were going to be doing pregame from House of Blues in Vegas, and House of Blues wanted an obnoxious fee for them to broadcast there, which just doesn't make a lick of sense at all. So that's why he's not going. Had he gone with the network, he would have done his show as well. But we'll be at MGM Sportsbook inside of Mandalay Bay. Trivia, yeah, thanks, y'all. Please smash the like button if you would. Cliff, ask E-Rock, shrimp Creole or crawfish etouffee? Get my dad's crawfish etouffee. They probably can't even hear you. Sorry, I read that one. David Bass, Ray Langlois, yeah, boy, Chase, Uncle Scone. Haven't seen you in a minute. How have you been? I'm here every day, man. If you haven't seen me in a minute, that's on you, because you know where to find me, you boy Chase. I'm literally here every day for 2,383 consecutive days. And your boy Chase said, I'm ready for baseball, screw football. Nah, man, I'm ready for football. Baseball's awesome, but by the time we get to football season, I'm ready for it. Joshua Forbes, how you been, Miss Scone? How's your son doing? Good, man. Thank you for asking. Drew just turned 10 a few weeks back in July. And we're just onward and upward, man. Ready for school to start. St. Lillian will be moving into their new campus this year, and looks great. Excited about it, man. Ready for football season. Brian Wynn, ask E-Rock. Lucky Dog or deep dish pizza? What do you think about a Lucky Dog?
A Lucky Dog is the most disgusting thought.
The most disgusting thought on the planet. I'm getting a Lucky Dog tonight, Erica. Yes, I am. It ain't your birthday. Your birthday was Tuesday.
And we didn't do anything. This is my birthday.
I'm getting a Lucky Dog, Erica. Ryan Hobie in College Station getting new material for Hunt the Good Ag. We got to bring back Hunt the Good Ag. Got to bring that back. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. We might be about done here. All right, y'all. 221 watching. Please smash the like button if you haven't done so yet. Subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post as always. Shout out to Brock, you need Northpetus. They're the best. Parrish Construction and Roofing. Parrish is pinned in the chat. Love to help you with a free, no obligation roofing inspection. So give us a shout. Fill out the form on the homepage. And Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com, semaglutide, tirzepatide, once a week injections for weight loss. Remember, they will ship anywhere in the country, and you can do the whole thing over telemed. So a phone call, uniquephysique.com, uniquephysique.com. Please let them know that you heard from me or Morning Scone or whatever, AFR. Just please let them know if they ask, however, on the form, whatever, just please let them know specifically Moscona. That would be super, super helpful when you call, or check them out online, uniquephysique.com. Okay, let's see. Any more? Bobby Boucher, would you say this should be the best O-line LSU's ever run out for a season? That's hard to say, man. Like 2011, for example, the 2011 offensive line, the first 9 guys all had starting SEC experience, and the 10th guy was Lyle Collins, who was a 5-star freshman. So your entire 2 deep was talented and veteran, and like it showed, man. I mean, they ran the ball all over everybody. They were awesome that year. Now that line didn't have a Will Campbell on it. Look at 2016. 2016 had Will Clapp, Ethan Posick, Maya Tehuma, who was a 5-star, was awesome. Had some off-field stuff that really finished his career, but he was a great player. And then you had a veteran guy like Joshua Booty. There's been some good ones, man. I think this one, though, stands out because Will Campbell might be the first offensive lineman taken in the draft, right?
I'm going to start getting ready.
Okay, Erica.
Clothes are out.
Okay, Erica.
On the couch because I have everything else out for tonight. So if you could dress and all that. So
got it, Erica. Thanks so much. All right. 6.5 years of morning scone. You've never ate a scone in the morning with us. What's up with that? It's a good point. I don't even eat breakfast anymore. I do intermittent fasting now, so I don't even eat until lunch. Oh, by the way, y'all. So y'all know the Gary Brecka stuff that I'm doing. So I've been cold plunging, right? And mostly it's been cold showers. And then I cold plunge, like I'll go buy a bag, 20-pound bag of ice, dump it in the tub or something like that. Well, naturally, since I cold plunge, I get targeted with all these ads, right? And I bought one of these chillers. And so it's called like Nuvio. And it's a chiller where you fill up your tub or your plunge pod. And it takes the water like into a compressor, chills it, puts it back in the tub. And so anyway, I wasn't going to buy it right away because it was expensive. And I was like, all right, I want to make sure I'm going to commit to doing this before I spend the money on something like that. So I bought it. And first of all, I started running it last night, and to chill it from room temp, which was like 80 degrees or 79 degrees, to 50 degrees. And I started last night at like 10:30, and this morning it was only down to like 56 degrees. So it takes a long time to get it chilled, FYI, if you get one. But I'm going to tell y'all, even dumping 2 bags of ice into 2 20-pound bag, 40 pounds of ice into the tub, didn't even get it close to the temperature that thing did, which was at 56 degrees when I got in. Like, I'm still thawing out. We've been doing the show now for we're right at an hour, and I got out of the cold plunge and came here to do this. So I did that cold plunge hour and 10 minutes ago. I'm still cold from it. It's unbelievable. Anyway, let's see, Cliff. Any bourbon raffles on the horizon? Also be in Nashville for work this month. Gonna do a little hunting. Yeah, the raffles usually come around like allocation season, right? So normally allocations come around Thanksgiving, and that's when you start to see a lot of the raffles. Some charities, they'll like accrue bottles throughout the year, do them at a different time. So like our friends over at S&P, they'll do theirs on Mardi Gras. Excuse me. So none that I know of right now. But Bourbon Society of Baton Rouge having Louisiana Bourbon Festival, they lucked out in a big way too, man. It's the day of the South Carolina game, and South Carolina is 11 a.m. So it's that night at LeBaire. So they really lucked out in the date, and I'm happy for them. So we're going to do a ton of promotion for them as well this year. Christian, which player do you think is the most to gain from having a good fall camp? I'm going to hesitate because on the defense, both corner positions and defensive tackle are up for grabs. Wide receiver rotation, running back rotation. I mean, all that's still to be determined. So, maybe someone like PJ Woodland. You know, he has, I think, a legit shot to start as a freshman if he plays really well and performs well. Kyrie, belt to butt time, Monk. The Puerto Ricans about to get smoked. I hope so, man. Joshua, don't get beat up by Eric. Merrick, you going to New World Site? We are. Actually, we're leaving a little bit afternoon. So I'm going to get Drew dressed, take him to go ride elevators, come back. I'll shave, shower, and we'll get on the road. Matthew, good morning. Pick up any new bottles lately? Not really, man. It's I don't drink a lot of whiskey in the summer months. Summer is just too hot. Summer's mostly tequila. When we get to fall and football starts again, that's really when I start kind of whiskey hunting again. So, but no, I haven't picked up anything new lately. Brian, what's the benefit of doing cold plunge for the average person? I understand why players do it after practice. So actually, Brian, inflammation and recovery, they've determined is only about like 15% of the actual benefit. I would recommend looking into it. So when you submerge yourself in cold water, because your body, water is about 30% more absorbable than air. Think of it this way. You can get hypothermia in 70-degree water. You can't die in 70-degree air. Makes sense, right? So your body burns brown fat. You release something called a cold shock protein. And if you think of it as a calorie is actually a measure of heat. And so whenever you are submerging yourself into cold water, heat is escaping your body. And so you are literally burning massive amounts of calories whenever you get into cold water. And then your body has to work hard to warm yourself up again. So it's using more energy to reheat the body. And then also it forces deep breaths, which floods oxygen in your body. Your body goes into survival mode, basically. I mean, you're shocking your body, and so it forces your body into survival mode. And so it has all these incredible health benefits where blood is rushing to all of your extremities into your brain to save your life, and you're burning calories. It's pretty amazing. Like I really do. I've done it every day since I started this. If I can't plunge, I'll take a cold shower. I mean, there's times where you wake up and you feel groggy, you just don't feel right. Go submerge yourself into cold water, and you will. I mean, I mean, I love drinking coffee, and I still drink a cup of coffee every day. But getting into cold water clears my mental state, wakes me up more than anything. Like it is really an incredible benefit. So, but the post-workout like healing of inflammation thing, they've determined that's only really about like 15% of the benefit. So like actually, you don't like I didn't work out today. You don't even have to do it post-workout. Kyrie, remember when you asked me why the exhibition games were close? We were just taking it easy on them. Seemed to be the case, man. They're rolling now. Built some chemistry. KD playing as well helps. Razor Woodland is from my neck of the woods. Hoping he shines. Granted, he's a freshman. He looks the part, man. Austin, post-workout cold plunges, good for building muscle too. Cold water scares me. It's been great for me, man. I've had nothing negative of it. It's really yeah, see, here's the thing. I did that too, Rob. The ice blocks, like I tried it, man. Erica got me these 5-pound molds, and it's such a hassle. It didn't get the tub nearly as cold. And then the how long, Merrick, is 3 to 6 minutes. Temperature between, so what they've determined, like maximum value, is between 50 and 59 degrees. No need to go colder than that. And for a minimum of 3 minutes, maximum of 6 minutes. So I go 6 minutes. Hey, James, good morning. But like, read up on it. Like, read up on cold plunging and the benefits of it. It's pretty incredible. Like, and even if you don't plunge, like literally just getting into a cold shower in the morning, you would be amazed. Thanks, Matt. That is the mammalian dive reflex, which has saved people when they fall into ice-covered lakes. Yeah. James, good morning. All right, I think we're done. I got to go. I really got to go now. Thanks for being there. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. We appreciate y'all. Would love it so much. If you need a roof, you call us at Parish. Love to give you that free, no obligation roofing inspection. Parishbuilt.com. Parishbuilt.com. Link is pinned in the chat. Y'all have an awesome day. Go Tigers.